when you start okay and then it just falls away dramatically, what were you thinking?
Yeah, it's tough. It's when they shoot the lights out because we have no physicality. You know, and playing catch-up basketball all the time is just hard. It's hard work to play catch-up basketball all the time. It's like, it's tiring, you know. And you know, they're a quality group. They shoot the lights out. You know, now having Hahn in there, it makes them a lot more difficult to be able to guard. But you know, like Amy Atwell got hot straight away. One of the scout was not to foul her on a three-point shot, and I think we fouled her 3 times on a three-point shot. And it's understanding what we're trying to get done, and understanding and staying in the moments. That's the biggest thing, staying in the moments. And when that scoreboard pressure happens, you got to be able to stay in those moments. And if you can't stay in the moments, it's like it's a snowball effect. You know, it happens with us. I don't know how many times I've said to my team to try and slow the ball down and take the air out of the basketball. With teams like this, you know, like Townsville, they want to get out and run, and we continue to play at their tempo instead of playing at our tempo. But you know, it's we just got to keep chipping away and hopefully try and find a win. And you know, we got to head back to Melbourne and play Bendigo on Sunday.
So last time you were in this building, what you said about the last quarter was pretty much what you just said then. In the game, the most recent game you had before he got away from you as well. So they're not listening or heeding messages that you're having down.
Yeah, maybe. And it's not like I'm light at training. I'm the type of person and coach that if it, you know, like they're not listening or it's crap at training, like they run, I yell at them, I do all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I sometimes in those games you get a bit lost and you're like, what the hell do I do to pull this back? And you only get so many timeouts to be able to do that, right? So yeah, it's and I just think they're a team that if you let them get going, they're tough to stop, and we let them get going.
How challenging is when Hahn, as big as she is, and we've seen since she's arrived that Amy has got off the chain in both the games, like the ability to stop one big and then stop the outer rim players as well. How difficult is that?
Yeah, it's tough because she's such a great shooter. Like, she has beautiful touch for somebody that's 6'11", you know. But they played with most of their starters or most of their main players in that last quarter, and we kept them to 12. So why can't we do that at the start of the game? You know, like it's being switched on and being in those moments straight away, because, like I said, once teams like that get going, you can't stop them because they I'm not saying they're front runners, but they just have so much confidence, you know, and they're a completely different look. They got a completely different look now with Hahn in there. I mean, she's a world-class player. You know, they've just brought in a world-class player because that's what she is, and you know, you know, credit to them to be able to get her, and you know, she's great for our league to get some, you know, visual on the league and visibility on the league, and but yeah, just happened to be our first home game was against us. So
how do you guys, as a playing group, like you said, you're yelling things and demanding things, it's not coming together, mate. What do you have to do as a group now to take the ownership of fixing these sorts of drama?
Yeah, like Kristi said, it's riding the wave and being able to handle the momentum ourselves. Like, there's not that many timeouts in a game of basketball, and I think that, yeah, we didn't start the game as well as we probably should have. We let Amy Atwell get off the line. Like, we know she's a three-point shooter, and I think for us it's about, yes, we want to be physical and we need to be able to take team of it, and it has to start from the tip of the game. If we're on the back foot for us, then we're going to be on the back foot the whole game. We're going to give them momentum. So I think for us it's about starting the game with a bit of physicality and being able to ride the waves that come into the games.
Having 2 significant losses in a row and then a tough game coming up in a couple of days' time, like what do you have to do between now and then to get everyone's head in the game?
Yeah, I think it's about staying together as a playing group. Like, there's going to be times in the season that you're going to take losses and you're going to take hard losses, and there's going to be games just around the corner. So I think for us it's about sticking together as a group, because we do have a talented group of players. We know we can win these games of basketball, but it's about us being able to stay together and start the games with a bit of pressure.
Seb, you there?
Oh, look, I think it was, I don't think we were manhandled today. I think it was just that we weren't physical enough on the defensive end, and I think, I don't think that Perth are an overly physical team. I think they try and outscore you more than be physical on the defensive end, and I just think that today we just let them get going too quickly, and like at halftime they're on target for a 126-point game. That's what they're on target for at halftime, and they had 63 at the half, and that's what you try and keep somebody to in a whole game. I mean, of course you're not going to keep this team to 63, but if you can try and keep them in the 70s, you've got a chance of winning the game, and they're on target for 126. So it comes back to our defensive end, it comes back to being physical, and it comes back to doing the hard work. That's what it's about. Probably if we miss her for anything, it might be just a bit of the experience. But I think the way Perth played is, it's like they have this new lease of life because they've got this 6'11" girl in there that can just, like I said, is world class and can play, and they can feed off her, and she's a great shooter, and I think she had, what'd she have for the game, 19, and I think it frees up a lot of other players, and they're going to be tough to beat over here. They're going to be real tough to beat, and thank God we've already had our 2 games against them over here. But yeah, it's I think we did at times. I think I think some of our bench players that come on the court did a great job, but we need to get more people in double figures. We only had 2 in double figures today.
Yeah, for me, it doesn't really matter how many points I score. I think I go out there every game and I try and do the best that I can do. And I think for me, it's about setting the tempo of the game. And Perth play a fast game of basketball, but we can't get caught up in playing that basketball. I think that we need to play our Flyers brand of basketball. And at times we did play probably a little bit too quick, and we would shoot fast and they would go down the other end and pull up for a 3, and that's probably not the best basketball that we can play against Perth, because we know that they're flying down the court and any shot they get in transition they're going to take. So yeah, for me, I like to set the tempo, but if I can push and I can play fast, I do. But I think we need to find the balance between playing fast and also playing the Flyers brand of basketball in the half court.